welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw solid figures and how to shade them in so that they appear more three-dimensional. You'll need a white piece of paper and a dark colored crayon. I recommend black, blue, or purple. You're not going to get as good of an effect if you use something light like pink or yellow. The solid figure I'm going to start with is a cylinder, and there's a couple ways you can go about drawing a cylinder. I like to start with two parallel lines, then a curve for the bottom, and a matching curve on the top. And then to finish the top, I draw a curve in the opposite direction. Another way to draw a cylinder is to start with an oval. Draw two straight lines on either end, and then draw a curve for the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is shade the cylinder in so that it appears more three-dimensional. And what you have to do is sort of imagine that the sun is up here shining onto the cylinder so that the light hits here. So this is going to be the lightest part of the cylinder, and it's going to be progressively darker as you move out toward the edges. You get a darker color by pressing harder with your crayon by applying more pressure, and then of course you make it lighter by applying less pressure. And you want to really work as smoothly as possible and blend the crayon so that you don't end up with stripes of color. Maybe it's the kind of thing that's easier to show you than explain to you. As you can see, the lightest part is right here. I didn't really use a lot of crayon at all, and it gets just a bit darker as you go out toward the edges, so that you can imagine if this were metallic or made out of some type of material that reflects light, then the light is hitting right here and it's more in shadow the further you get from that point. We'll do the same thing on the top, where it'll be the lightest here and darker as you get out toward the edges. So in this case, the cylinder would be open on the top, so it's hollow and light is being reflected from this part inside. If you wanted for the cylinder to be closed, so for example, for this to be a face, you could just color it in all dark, because the sun really wouldn't be hitting the top of the cylinder too much at all. The next solid figure I'm going to draw is a cone. And to draw a cone, you start almost like you're going to draw a triangle, but instead of making a straight horizontal line across the bottom, I'm going to make an oval. So you can imagine that the cone is hollow and that this is the opening at the bottom. I'll go ahead and shade this in to make it look more three-dimensional using the same strategy I did before. Only this time I think I'll make the lightest part over here. So in this case, the sun would be shining from the opposite direction. And since no light is getting inside of the cone, I'm just going to color the oval on the bottom dark. At this point, I think you probably have that shading strategy down, so I'm just going to show you how to draw a few other solid figures. A cube is going to start with a square where all of the sides are equal lengths. Then you are going to draw a diagonal line from 3 of the corners, and those lines should be equal lengths as well. Then you're going to just connect those lines. For a rectangular prism, it's the same idea, but instead of starting with a square, you'll start with a rectangle. On a rectangle, 2 of the sides are longer and 2 of the sides are shorter. And I'm going to draw 3 diagonal lines from 3 corners. Then I'm going to connect those lines. For a pyramid, I will start by drawing a triangle. Then I'm going to draw a diagonal line from this corner, and I'm going to connect these 2 points with a straight line. And this would be a square pyramid. You can sort of imagine, I'll draw in lightly, that the base of the pyramid is a square, and it would have 4 faces shaped like triangles and 1 face shaped like a square. I hope that you enjoy learning how to draw solid figures and shade them in. If you ever want to text or email me your pictures, I would love to see what you create. That's all that I have for you today, but I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now!